Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Oh, Billy Joel, a national treasure.
There's our uptown girl, Alana.
Listen, I had tickets to that concert. I'm so happy to hear that he's doing okay and he's not in pain. My goodness. Oh, he is a national treasure, 110%. I'm a Billy Joel fan from start to finish, ladies and gents. All right, live view from Jordanelle, where we've got some waves on the water. Just actually watched a wave runner come by, some boats out there as well. You know, a lot of folks will be heading to our reservoirs. I just want to remind you to wear those life jackets as we head into our holiday and the holiday weekend. Looking at reservoir levels, 90% of capacity at Jordanelle, 76 at Deer Creek, more than half at Willard Bay up north, Strawberry at 90, 86 at Utah Lake, and 80% at Sand Hollow. Get out and enjoy and recreate responsibly, folks. Time-lapse video coming from our Black Desert Sky Cam. It's a little bit of cloud cover, meaning there's just a bit of moisture, but overall we have a gradual drying. We do get a little disturbance, though, as we head into our holiday. 80s and 90s out there right now, mid-80s for the Wasatch back, 90s, upper 80s in Moab, 96 in St. George, and a mix along the I-15 corridor of 80s and 90s. As we get through the next several hours along the Wasatch Front, we're going to ease back into the 80s. This time yesterday, we had some pop-up storms. Not the case this afternoon. A bit drier by 10 p.m. Low 80s expected. So you'll be watching the news and it will be fairly pleasant, but a little mild out there. Satellite radar shows that high pressure in our southwesterly flow. Again, not much in the way of storm coverage. Few clouds over Castle Country. We caught that on the camera. Can't rule out the slight chance of a pop-up today, but winds relaxed as well. Even with our southwesterly flow, we're not dealing with those gusty conditions we saw yesterday. Live view from Ensign Peak, pretty shot with the cloud cover as you look across the Salt Lake Valley. You know, it's been extremely dry. I don't need to tell you that. June was significantly below average with moisture, and thus far, July is too, only over a tenth when it comes to moisture, not even to 2/10. Typically, by this point in the month, we're above 3/10 in Salt Lake City, but we're not the only city seeing incredibly dry conditions. We've watched the drought monitor, but as we look at precipitation and month-to-date precip throughout the region, check out Logan, Provo with no measurable moisture, St. George beating out Provo, but not by a lot, barely over a trace. That green bar indicates where we usually are, and so, yes, we've been exceptionally dry, even with monsoon season and monsoon storms. Future dew point here gives you an idea of that dry air. Where you're seeing that orange, it means that a dry air mass overhead. Dew point measures the amount of moisture we see in our air, and there's not a lot of it as we get through our Pioneer Day and head into that holiday weekend. Southwesterly flow drying us out even more, and those winds will become a little problematic Friday and into Saturday. I'll show you what I mean. Futurecast keeps us quiet. Some lingering moisture over in the northeastern corner of the state could bring a pop-up by tomorrow, but what I'm looking at closely is Pioneer Day morning. Hey, we've got parades, we've got family barbecues, people are going to be out. But by 7 a.m., a few pop-ups showing up here as a weak disturbance will graze the state. Better chance of seeing a storm in Duchesne County, over towards Vernal, and then over the Uintas. Watch as this continues as we make it to the afternoon. If you're camping or heading out or know someone who is over the Uintas, bring the rain gear and stay weather aware. Be prepared. These will be quick movers, but the potential is there to see those storms in and around Roosevelt, Duchesne, Vernal, and then along the Wasatch Front, a slight chance. Now, drier air will move in for the second half of your holiday and stick around as we roll into our Friday, but that's when winds will really increase. Our upper level shows that ridge of high pressure. This cutoff low, as it gets closer to the state, there's a chance with that weak disturbance, it's going to enhance our southwesterly winds, so fire danger comes back Friday into Saturday. We could see the weather pattern increasing fire danger when fireworks are legal. We want to be so careful. Ridge of high pressure keeps things really quiet as we head into early next week, so very dry. Here's a quick glance on what to expect for Pioneer Day throughout the state. We've got 80s and 90s for those temperatures. Low 90s along the Wasatch Front tomorrow, 97 in the south. Moab will also hit 97. We do see triple digits return, just not for Pioneer Day in Washington County. That will be on Saturday when the heat comes back as that fire danger rises. Here's the Wasatch Front, where you see those numbers in the 90s staying close to seasonal norms. Winds by the end of the week and into the weekend, so just be prepared for that. Pioneer Day does bring that slight chance, and we pinpointed exactly when and why.